good afternoon. Well, I am standing out here in our pea patch. Our sweet little peas have survived so much, and I will kind of go through that in detail in this video, but it is a beautiful spring afternoon, and I thought I would take this day and this opportunity to kind of show you around our farm. This is our first spring here on the farm, and I have to say it's my favorite season by far. Winter, we got a really nice break, although not too much of a break with the holidays, and summer is really hot. And fall is really busy with all kinds of canning and preserving the harvest going on. Spring, I feel like I just get to kind of relax and work out in the garden, which I love. And it's just so amazing to see everything coming to life and see green again and see trees starting to bud and bloom. So I'm going to give you a tour of our farm outside, and I'm excited to share this with you. Come on and follow along. So this is the garden area, and you can see Lane has already started putting in some fence stakes. We're going to fence the garden off this year, and that way we'll keep the chickens out while they're free ranging, and we're also going to keep out the deer this way. We have quite a few deer that come to our property, and so we want to make sure that they don't get in and get into the produce and eat it up. All of this green area in between where in front of the fence posts, all of that is going to be turned into garden rows as well. So here are some current garden rows. I have 3 kinds of peas planted in the front here, and then in the back I have 3 rows of lettuce and carrots planted as well. And eventually we're going to put some mulch down in between our garden rows. We weren't able to get to that last year, but hopefully we'll be able to do that this year. If not this year, definitely the next year, to kind of help keep the weeds under control, because as you will see, I am terrible about weeding the garden. Another goal that we have this year is to extend the garden all the way down to the front fence line there, and so we are going to end up with a really massive, huge garden, and I'm hoping that we will not only be able to produce enough food to feed our family, but also enough to sell some and help subsidize the cost and maybe even make a little extra money on the side. So here are my rows of peas, and Lane and I staked these by putting some tree branches in from our property. We just cut some limbs off of some trees, and then we tied some rope to the tree branches and ran it from one tree branch to the next, and then we dropped individual lines of string down to the peas, and then each string has been staked into the ground. And then we're encouraging the peas to climb up it. Some of them are doing really well. Some of them I need to go back through and wind them back up on the string like that to kind of encourage them to grow up the line, so that way they'll have some support. So I planted 3 types of peas this year, and I'm terrible at labeling my garden rows, so I'm not quite sure which type is which pea, but 2 of them are bush peas, and so they don't need as much staking. And then the middle row are vining peas, so they really need a lot more staking, but they can also be planted much closer together. All right, now we're going to make our way over to the chicken coop, and this chicken coop was designed by Lane, and he and one of our friends built it. We offered our friend free eggs in exchange for helping us build the chicken coop, and so everything on here was custom designed, and we talked to a bunch of different people who already had chickens and figured out the best way to design it for us and for what we needed. And I'm going to go ahead and let the chickens out for an afternoon stroll. They love coming out. They're excited to be free. We've been keeping them cooped up lately to keep them out of the garden and out of my peas, now that the peas are staked up and looking more and more appetizing. And while they're out enjoying the sunshine and pecking around, I'm going to call Richard over and get him to help me look for some eggs.
Right here.
Good.
A lot here.
Great.
That's not all.
That's not all? Wonderful.
2.
Be careful. That's the last one?
Yep.
All right, is that one over there? Is that one down there? Is that one of the fake eggs or is that a real egg? Careful, gentle.
It's a fake egg.
Oh, we got 2 more, huh?
Yeah. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Are there any in between the back?
No, nope. That's not all.
That's not all, there's more? Great.
Chicken. This part?
No, keep going back, all the way to the back wall. Now look down, that's right. Sometimes they lay eggs down there, remember? None down there? Are there any in the middle there? No more in the boxes? Are there any in between the bar and the wall right there?
Nope.
All right, thanks, buddy. Jeez, y'all go play. So we're back behind the shop now, behind the house, behind the backyard, and this is where we have started our orchard. We have 2 peach trees, a pear tree, a plum tree, and an apricot tree, and we're really not expecting to get any fruit from them for probably about the first 3 years. So right now it's just watering and putting in time and care for the long haul and waiting patiently for the fruits of our labor. And back behind the orchard, we have our berry bushes. We have 5 blackberry bushes and 2 blueberry bushes planted so far. Eventually, we would like to really expand this and have probably 50 blackberry bushes and maybe 50 to 100 blueberry bushes, as well as 100 raspberry bushes. But you gotta start slow. This is our chicken tractor. So we have a chicken coop and a chicken tractor, and this is where we raised our meat birds last fall. We raised about 80 meat birds, and Lane built this. Again, it was his own design, just like the chicken coop, and it's got wheels on the back that you can crank down to lift it up and drag it forward. And this is where we are going to house some turkeys in a couple of weeks. Walking down to the front of our property, we have planted 10 grapevines down where Lane is going to water right now. So the left side of our property is going to be our garden, and then the right side of our property is eventually going to be an herb garden for medicinal herbs, and then grazing area for sheep and possibly a cow and maybe some goats here in the near future. These are our grapevines, and like the fruit trees, they will take at least 3 years to produce grapes. Next year we will trellis them up into an arbor, and we planted 2 varieties, a white variety and a red variety. Coming over here is where I found a patch of wild garlic, and next week I'm going to post a video about looking for wild garlic, what it is you're looking for, how to harvest it, how to preserve it, and then how to use it so that you have wild garlic to use throughout the year. That's good. Watch out for your Tori, for Lydia. Yeah, go ahead, bud. Good job. Sure. This has been a short but sweet look around our farm in springtime. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how we are slowly but surely getting our homestead set up and looking around our farm in the beautiful spring. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and thank y'all so much for joining us. See you next time.